I'm Angie, and this is Gentle Yoga. This is a 45-minute class, and we have a lot of floor/chair work. If you can't get to the floor, you can sit in a chair. Just make sure you have plenty of room around you so that you can stretch out for this first part that we're seated. So thank you for joining me today, and go ahead and come to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes and start to deepen your breath. Maybe these are the deepest breaths you've taken all morning or in more than a week. Notice that as your breath deepens, your heart rate begins to slow. Your shoulders should automatically lower away from your neck. Release the tension. Take a moment to get in touch with your body. Do a scan from head to toe and see what your body's telling you today. We don't need to worry about anything off of our mat or chair for the next 45 minutes. Continue with your eyes closed, just breathing. Give yourself permission to take time to breathe, to live life, to give, to love, to reflect, to be present, to just be. On your next exhale, go ahead and bring your chin down to your chest. And like a reverse pendulum, slow movements, very small movements at first, side to side. Each time getting bigger and building. Until you're going all the way from one shoulder across your chest to the other shoulder. And the next time across your chest, go ahead and keep your chin centered. Bring your head back up to natural. On your next inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. And on your exhale, slowly roll them back and down, squeezing your shoulder blades together, engaging your back muscles, pulling your shoulder blades all the way down in the back. Inhale up, exhale back and down. Inhale up, exhale back and down. Now go ahead and bring your arms out to your sides and start to warm up your wrists. You may want to start with your fists, your hands in a fist. You may want to go to more like peacock feathers and really spread your fingers out. Rolling those wrists. First one direction, then the other. Then stiffen your wrists and work from the shoulders. And start to draw very small circles one direction to begin with. Getting bigger and bigger each time around. And then once you get to as big as you can draw, go the opposite direction. Getting smaller with each one. And then go ahead and slowly lower your arms back down to your sides. Now take your right ear over to your right shoulder. And take your left arm and kind of walk it away from your body. Pretend like your hand is on the ground if you're in a chair. Not leaning that direction, but just keeping the spine straight. Ear down to the shoulder, not shoulder up to the ear. And then play with the position of your face. Look up, look down. Everyone's a little different depending on your dominant hand. You may notice that one side has more tension in it than another. And just reach with your fingertips out that opposite direction, not leaning either way. Once you find that, oh, it hurts so good, stretch there for just a moment, and then bring your hand back to your lap and your neck back to center. Now let's take our left ear over to our left shoulder. Fingertips out, away from the body. Reach, 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 reach. Really feel that good stretch. Look down and look up. Kind of play with the position on this side as well. And wherever you find that stretch feels the best, that's where you want to stay for just a moment. Reach a little further. Bring your hand back to center and your head back to neutral. Just because we move slower and we hold positions for a little bit longer, I don't want you to hold your breath, okay? Now, if you're in a chair, you can turn around and use the chair as your prop, especially if you've had knee replacements, okay? We're gonna go to tabletop position, and if you're in a chair, then you can just lean against the chair standing, okay? Spread your fingertips out. Really fan them out like you're trying to grow roots through your fingers and they're searching for water. If you're on your hands and knees, make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. And just kind of sway with the music. Movement your body's craving. Especially since we've all been cooped up a little bit more, or most of us have been, we may not be getting much movement, so your body may be saying, I really need this. You may want to draw circles with your hips. If you do one, then do the other direction. You may want to change positions of your hands. Rock side to side, a little bit warming up those wrists. Again, keeping those fingers fanned out. You may even want to turn your hands around where they face your knees. I always feel this stretch really good in my thumbs. And then once you've got all the wiggles out, come back to neutral. We're going to run through some cat-cows. Do 5 of them with your breath. Inhale, your head goes up, your tail goes up, and your belly drops. Exhale, your head drops, your tail drops, and your back goes up, belly button into the spine. stretch and hold that. Hold that for just a moment. Hold that breath at the top and really stretch it down. And then stretch it the opposite direction. And think about how when your cat stands up, how it stretches each and every time it stands up. Really arching that back. Get some good flexibility into the spine. I'm going to grab my blocks. And again, you can do this in a seated position as well if you have trouble getting on your knees. I'm going to take my left foot out to the side, keeping my toes pointed towards the front. We're not a ballerina, so we're not trying to point and make it look pretty. Flexing your feet and or keeping a micro bend in the knee will help protect your joints. With your next inhale, bring your arm up overhead. Exhale, if you're using blocks, you can use, remember there's multiple levels, or you can just move your block entirely. Hold it here for a few breaths. Reaching, stretching towards the wall. Fingers moving those intercostal muscles in and around the ribs are stretching and feeling oh so good right now. With your next exhale, bring your arm back down. You may need to grab your block to help you back up. Then let's go the opposite direction. Again, flexing the foot, toes forward, micro bend in the knees will help protect the joints. Grab your block. With your next inhale up, reach over. Lower your block or remove it completely and stretch a little further. One more breath, and with your exhale, bring your hand back down. Grab your block if you need to help yourself back up. Now let's go to one of my favorite positions. This is called supported fish. If you don't have blocks, you may try to use a pillow, something a little bit more on the firm side though. The first block is going to be on medium, and that is going to go right in between your shoulder blades, right at. The second block is going to be on high. So you're going to lean back onto your block, get it right in between your shoulder blades, and then place this second block on high, right at the base of your skull or the top of your neck, right at that flat spot back there. When you get in the right spot, there should not be any pinching or pain. When you get in a fairly comfortable position in this, reach up to the ceiling. You may even want to lift your shoulder blades off the block just a little bit. Place the palms of your hands together. Take a good inhale, and as you exhale, slowly open your arms. Palms facing up, out to the sides. Relax into the position. You can stay here with your legs out flat. If you have any lower back issues, you may want to bring your feet up to the mat. Or you can bring the soles of your feet together and open into butterfly. Relax into the pose. Stay where you're at, breathing think y'all can probably hear me a little better if I sit up. So continue to relax, letting go of every place that you have tension in, across your back, across your shoulders. It is very natural that as we release tension in one area of our body, that it goes to another area. So be mindful of your jaw. Release. You may even want to put a finger's distance in between your teeth so you're not clenching. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Continue to breathe. One more inhale here. And with your exhale, bring your arms in towards your body where your elbows are closer to you. Your hands can come down beside your hips, and you may even want to place them in underneath the small of your back so you can get your elbows in underneath you and lift yourself up slowly. Some people like to say roll. The blocks don't really roll if you're on a block. They're kind of hard. Okay, next position is going to be a gentle bridge. So if you have a wheel or a bridge in your practice and want to go higher, that's fine. But for gentle, I recommend the low setting on your block. You want to lay back onto your mat. Bring your feet up towards your bum as close as you can get them on your mat. Take a good inhale. You may even want to lift up your back just a little bit and pinch your shoulder blades together underneath you. Bring your hands down out to your sides, palms facing up. And just settle into this pose for a moment. Inhale to prepare. And with your exhale, push your hips up to the ceiling and place your block in underneath you, right at the base of your back, that sacrum spot that's flat, right at the base of your back, the top of your bone. There should not be any pinching or pain in your neck or shoulders. Just breathe. Again, being mindful of your jaw and your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Release it. Think about where you're holding any tension that you don't need to hold it. Now you can stay here for a moment, or if you want a little bit more stretch across the front of the body, straighten out your legs. You'll feel the stretch in here in your hip flexors, maybe even in your quadriceps and across your lower tummy. Just stretch it out. Hands down beside you with your palms facing up will help keep that tension out of your neck and away from your shoulders, away from your ears. One more inhale here. Exhale, and if you straightened your legs out, go ahead and bring your legs back up. Take another inhale, and with your exhale, press your hips up just a little further. Grab your block and stay here for just a moment, and slowly from the top, lower your spine one vertebra at a time until your back comes down all the way to the mat. Then go ahead and windshield wiper your knees side to side. Always good to do some counter moves and counter poses. But you know your body better than I do, so listen to it and just move with what it asks you to do. I'm just guiding you through this practice. So let's go ahead and sit up. We're going to do some gentle stretching. Now I'm going to use a bolster. If you have a bolster or a harder pillow, sometimes people have those couch pillows that are round, that would work too. And I like to use blankets or towels underneath my legs, because that helps me keep my knees from hyperextending. Again, flexing the feet up will help protect your knees, okay? Now, once you get settled here, you can find what's a good stretch for you. Again, this is gentle, so don't go too hard. Listen to your body. Find where it's a good stretch. And then move your gifts out from underneath you in the back. Some of us are more gifted than others. Once you do, you'll feel almost like you're already sitting up straighter, that you can actually feel your sits bones on the ground. And it really helps you tilt the pelvic bowl more to where it's supposed to be tilted. We have a tendency to roll back. And with this tilted, you'll be able to bend forward just a little bit more. So with that hard pillow, you can place it in front of your head and just fold forward. I'm going to show you a couple options here. Or you can take it across your stomach and use your arms like this and fold forward, okay? So before we fold, go ahead and take a good inhale. Pretend like there's a string from the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Inhale and fold forward. Yoga is breath. Not about how flexible you are, not about how far you can go down. Even if you're basically sitting up straight, you've got your legs in a straddle and you're breathing and concentrating on you and what you're doing on your mat, you're doing yoga. So don't feel like, if I can't do this, okay? If you find yourself saying that, add the word yet. Yet is the most beautiful three-letter word you will hear, because you're working towards being able to do what you think you ought to do. And every minuscule improvement is better than you were when you started. So take a good inhale, exhale and fold forward. You may want to do this without a pillow entirely. It's up to you. With each inhale, imagine your spine is lengthening. Each exhale, you're folding forward just a little more. Relax into it. Once your body and your nervous system realizes that you're not trying to hurt it, you can typically go just a little further down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Continue to breathe. And slowly roll up one vertebra at a time until you come back up straight. Again, feeling that string from the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Now we're going to take our left leg and bring it into our right thigh. roll the shoulders back if you find them creeping up. Continue to breathe. Inhale. Exhale and rotate towards your leg and fold forward. You may want to grab onto your shin or your ankle or the bottom of your foot. If you find yourself grabbing the bottom of your foot, don't tense up and try to pull yourself down where you're working more in your shoulders and upper arms. Just slowly relax into folding over your leg a little more. One more inhale. And with your exhale, slowly roll up, walking your hands up your legs, one vertebra at a time. Excellent. Now we're going to go to the other side. May need to readjust your gifts. Make sure you're sitting on your sits bones and that your foot is into your thigh as close as it can be. Take a good inhale and roll your shoulders down. With your exhale, rotate towards your leg and fold forward. You may notice that this side feels completely different than the other side. That is absolutely normal. If you think about it, we have a tendency to carry things on the same side. If we carry kids or babies, or women carry their purses on the same side all the time, that affects your muscle memory. Inhale and stretch. Lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold forward. One more inhale. Exhale and slowly walk your hands up your leg, rolling up one vertebra at a time and back to center. Now we're going to bring both feet in for a butterfly stretch if you didn't do this earlier. Bring your feet in together. Bring them as close into your body as you can. Now, when I first started doing this, I couldn't do it very far. So, just think about, even if your feet are out here, bringing your feet together, you're creating your infinity circle, you're creating multiple things for yourself. And you can use a blanket to roll up underneath your knees if you need to make sure that your knees aren't going down any further. You can use a block if you have the blocks only. Okay, or you may want to actually fold forward and use your elbows to press your knees down just a little bit further. So take a good inhale, exhale, and fold forward. Each breath, inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, folding forward a little more as you relax into the pose.
Don't try to pull too much and listen to your body. When you get to the spot where you can't go any further, hold it there for a couple of breaths. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Straightening your legs out. Now for all these fold forwards we're going to do, or that we've just done, we're going to now do a couple of supine twists and some supine positions. Okay? Supine just means on your back. I think y'all can see me okay. This is the first time I've done a video like this, so we're all in a learning curve, right? Okay, so go ahead and lay back on your mat. Get comfortable. Again, bringing your shoulder blades together underneath you, and if you have any lower back issues, bring your feet up to your mat. That's okay. Get comfortable for just a moment. Let your body sink into your mat. Then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. As close into your chest if you can, as you can. Now you can hold on to the back of your thighs, you can hold on to the back of your knees. I know some people can clench their hands all the way around their knees and bring their knees all the way in. Inhale, and bring them in closer. Exhale and really squeeze it in. And then reach up and find your happy baby. Grab either the inner or the outer blades of your feet. Think about your knees coming into your armpit. You never see a baby or an animal in a bad mood when they're in this pose. Now, if you can't do that, that's okay. Add the word yet and just slowly rock side to side, whether you're holding your feet or the back of your legs a little. Massage your lower back. Now go ahead and straighten your left leg out. Bring your left hand over to the outside of your right thigh or your right knee. And bring your right hand out to the floor, palm facing up. We're going to twist across the body. Inhale. Exhale and slowly lower your leg across the body, leaving both shoulders in contact with the mat. You may even want to continue the twist on up into your cervical spine by looking over at your right hand. Knee going across the body. Inhale. Exhale and relax into the pose. Inhale. Exhale and relax a little bit more. Turn up onto your left hip. Again, keeping that shoulder, both shoulders down on the floor. Your foot may be down there. You may be able to take your knee all the way across your body. Just listen to your body. We're lengthening the spine, stretching the spine, giving it a little twist. It's good for all of the inside organs and for flexibility in the spine. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale and go ahead and bring your spine one vertebra at a time back down to the mat. Again, moving very slowly until both hips come back. Now you may find that you need to readjust yourself. Okay. Bring both knees in again if you want to. Straighten out the opposite leg. Bring your left hand across your right knee. Or excuse me, your right hand across your left knee. We're doing the opposite now. And then bring your left hand out, palm facing up. And again, twist, lowering your leg down, keeping both shoulders in contact with the mat. Breathe and relax. And you may want to look over at your left hand to continue that twist on up into your cervical spine. One more good inhale. Exhale, and bring your spine down one vertebra at a time, untwisting yourself, slowly lowering back down to the mat. Again, bring both feet up, both knees up. Massage your lower back by going side to side. And then go ahead and lower your legs all the way down. We're going to start into our final position in Shavasana. So you can lay flat out on your mat. If it's more comfortable for you with lower back, you may want to bring your knees up. Or you can take a bolster or a pillow and place it underneath your knees, like so. Okay? Relax, get comfortable. I'm giving you a minute to do that. Pinch your shoulder blades together underneath you again. Just lift up your back a little bit. Hands down to your side. Take up as much space as you want to take up. Close your eyes, and we're going to do 3 breaths together. And I want you to sigh it out each time. The last one being a lion's breath. And lion's breath is when you stick out your tongue and exhale at the same time. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, sigh it out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Stick out your tongue. Now go ahead and release your breathing. Let it go back to natural. Relax the crown of your head. Relax your ears. Relax your jaw. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let go and literally melt into your mat. You may want to take a heavy pillow and put it across your belly as well. Sometimes that helps with grounding. Relax your fingers and your wrists. Relax your hips. Release your thighs. Quads may be clenched up just a little bit. Release your calves. Release your toes, your ankles.
There's no reason why you can't just completely let go right now and take these next few minutes just for you. Slowly bring awareness back to your body, back to your breathing first. Inhale, exhale, feeling the rise and fall of your belly as you do. Bring movement back into your body, fingers and toes first. You may want to roll your wrists and ankles. You may want to turn your head side to side. Bring your knees into your chest if you want to and rock side to side. Slowly waking the body back up. Stretch your arms overhead. Stretch your feet out to one wall and your arms to the other wall. Stretch and tense it all up. And then release all of that. And when you're ready, roll onto your right side. You may want to leave your arms up over your head so you can use your upper arm as a pillow. Stay there for just a moment. And think about everything that you can leave behind you on the mat that no longer serves you. Every single time we practice, we come away a different person. We are never the same once we practice. When you're ready to move on, go ahead and roll on up into a comfortable seated position. I like to sit on my blocks. If you want to sit on your chair, or if you're comfortable with your legs out in front of you, however is more comfortable for you, with your eyes still closed or your gaze soft. Let's bring our hands together in prayer at heart center. No matter where you are, no matter what you have to do after this class, I thank you for bringing your energy to join me and giving me the gift of your time. Bring your thumbs up to your forehead. This is as a reminder to practice kind thoughts. Bring your thumbs to your lips as a reminder to practice kind words, not only to others, but more importantly to yourself, because you talk to you more than anyone else. And bring your thumbs back to heart center as a reminder to practice kind intentions. The light and love in me honors and respects the light and love in you. Namaste.